So last year I got hands-on with the Attack on Titan tribute game that was powered in the Unity engine, and it was very impressive. I spent a lot of time swinging around, slaying Titans on its multiplayer servers, and of course the fact that it was web-based was very impressive indeed. However, there were a number of issues that, well, still plague it to this day, and there has been a huge debate over its chibi art style. That said, it wasn't the only Attack on Titan tribute game in development. In fact, there's this one, which is being done in the Unreal Engine 4. It's by a guy named Guedin. I think that's how you pronounce it. I am so sorry if I butchered that. But yes, this guy named Guedin has been doing this project on his own, and today we're going to be taking a look at an early build of it, which is looking very impressive already. As you can see, we've got Eren here, well, the model of him, who is looking quite wooden and doll-like when he's not in action, but when you move around, it looks like something straight out of the anime. Like, I really like the motion blur on the feet. It's looking very, very nice. But yes, we're currently in the tutorial for it. As you see, teaching you how to jump, which is all very nice and simple. But we're going to go through the tutorial and show it, which part of it is teaching you the basics and also collecting these little flags. Now, here's one of the big differences from the Unity-based version. In that one, you can dodge any time, and in this one, you can't. You can't just do it when you're running on the floor. You have to be up in the air before you can do it. And when you do, you just do a little twirl like that. But also, if you're not pressing a direction button when you jump and you do the boost, you go straight up like that. You can also do it mid-air, kind of like get a bit of forward momentum if you need it. Now, of course, the big thing you want to know about is the omnidirectional gear, and it's actually bound to the left and right mouse button, which is quite different from the Unity version. And you also have to press the spacebar to reel yourself in. Now, it took me quite a while to get used to this, but as I'm going to show you, I actually find that there is more opportunity for maneuverability with this, such as being able to use both to get yourself a faster boost like that. A nice bit of wall running, which we will be showing you in more detail shortly. Actually, before we continue, this is a really nice aspect to this version. If you press E, you actually get up these tutorials, which I think is actually a testament to the power of the Unreal Engine to be able to put these in. You can go back and review some of the earlier things, and I really like the little animations. But yes, anyway, here's another difference. The fact that in the Unity version, you can actually fire both off at the same time, but in this, you have to fire them individually. And there we go. Just bang my head off the wall. I'm so glad there isn't any damage from just going face first and stuff. Anyway, this bit teaches you all about wall running. You only can do it for a short while, but it's teaching you how to just link things together. A nice bit of trajectory there from me. Now, this section is to teach the players that they really do want to stick off the floor, and if you jump into the red area, you get walked back. But it's a nice way of easing the player into realising that you want to be up in the air as much as possible. Obviously, because, you know, if you're on the ground, you're going to get stomped by a Titan. So, nice little way of doing that. Now, inertia. This is the bit that I still haven't got used to, and it's about using both hooks to swing around places and using your boost and letting go at the right times so that, so that you don't miss like that. I still have not got used to it. But I like... Oh, God, a bit off course. See if I can pull this back. There we go. Oh, a nice little wall run. But I do like the fact that you've got that slow motion bit just to get you used to it. Now, here, attacking. Now, this is very different. You can't just swing your blades around. And even if you're up in the air, you do this weird little tumble thing. The only way that it works is if you are right next to an enemy. And to highlight that, we've got the practice dummies from the anime and the manga. And all you have to do is just put your hooks into it, reel in, and then keep hold of the F key, and then release when you're right next to the target. There we go. Oh, cool. I got the clean cut bonus as well, which you get for getting the cut and flying straight past. If you just bounce into it and get the cut like that, you only get a cut bonus. Which, you know, is fair enough, and it means you want to practice. Actually, no, this is really cool, the fact that you've got the sponge that comes flying out just like in the shows. The little bits of details that are really, really impressive. Like, I really like the look of this so far. I mean, the mobility just looks absolutely slick. It really, really does, which is really impressive for a solo effort and perhaps more of a testament to the Unreal Engine's power, but it just looks really, really good. That said, there are a few things of note, especially as someone coming from the Unity game. The first one is that you can't use the boost unless you've got your hooks hooked into the air. So that means that you can't just boost yourself through. Like, I can't use it at that point. I have to have my hooks in, which is very disorientating for someone like me who's come from the Unity game. But it's, I suppose, maybe it's something I've got to get used to. Maybe it'll be added in later, but I kind of do hope so, because little bits of boost would be mega useful. Now, the other thing is that, unlike the Unity game, you can't just run up a wall. By that I mean that you can't just, like at that point in the Unity game, I'd start running directly up, and you can't do it in this one, which is more realistic, but at the same time, you know, it does mean that you've got to be even more careful in terms of keeping your strings of maneuvers together. And again, as someone who used to play the Unity version, it is something that you have to get used to, because otherwise you're just going to go flying into a wall like that. So you have to get used to the fact that, you know, you're going to have to use your hooks a bit more, use the dodge. And in fact, you know what? I actually quite like that change in a way, because being able to just run up a wall seems a bit overpowered. So, yeah, I think if you're coming from the Unity version, that's something you're going to have to get used to. But yes, that is the tutorial. What we're going to do now is we're going to just skip on to take a look at some of the time trials that are available in this build. So here we are in one of the time trials. There are 2 simple and 2 advanced. I'm going to just take a look at the second simple one here. And just give you an idea of what it's all about. And it's essentially you've just got to get through these rings with as much accuracy as possible while staying off the ground. It does give you an idea of the type of trajectory you need to have. And I do like the fact that, you know, you've got these hook guides. Ooh, almost missed that one up. Oh, almost missed that. And oh, I hit it at the wrong angle. I've lost my bonus. Oh, that's rubbish. Oh, just about recovered that. That was almost going horribly wrong. All right, and there's the finish. There we go. Yeah, my score wasn't particularly good, but my time wasn't too bad. That's pretty good. Let's give that another go. See if I can do a tiny bit better. But I like the fact that they've got these time trials in, because, you know, it's not only helping you get used to, you know, you want to stay up in the air, but it adds a bit of a competitive spirit amongst players. Even if there isn't an online leaderboard, just about. Come on. There we go. Come on. That's it. I just need to swing round there. That's it. Oh God. Oh, there we go. Just pulled that back and finish. I think. Oh wow, S-class time. I'm quite pleased with that. That's pretty good. So that's one of the simple trials. Let's quickly just go into it and just swing around for a bit more, just to give you an idea of the sense of scale, which is looking really, really, really good. I mean, you have to think about the fact that the end game aim for this is to turn it into a multiplayer horde mode fighting game where you face off against gigantic titans. And you can actually see some of the early progress for the titans themselves in one of the latest work in progress videos that's up on Guedin's YouTube channel. And even though, you know, all they can do is just walk around and track the player, they haven't got the ability to grab them yet. It's they're looking quite terrifying in their skinless marshmallow form, shall I say. You'll understand when you see it. But yeah, I mean, even though it's just a grey box arena at the moment, as they call it, it's still looking absolutely impressive. I mean, you know, he's got the right sense of scale in terms of the size of the districts that you'll be fighting around, and it's looking really, really good. I will be definitely keeping an eye on this project as it goes forward, so do stay tuned. And you can, in fact, get hands-on with it yourself. If you head to the link in the description box below, you can download the latest build, this one that I'm playing on right now, and give it a go yourself. You can take part in the time trials and completely embarrass my times. In fact, just don't tell me, because it just makes me feel bad. But anyway, thank you ever so much for watching. We will, of course, be back checking this out in the future. But that is it for now. Be sure to hit subscribe to stay up to date with our videos as they are published. And I will see you next time. Bye-bye.